Hi Diane, how are you? I hope you are well. This is your tarot spread for your whole life check-in with the elements tarot reading. And in this video, we are going to move through each of the cards that I pulled for you and talk about the key messages that came up for each of them. And we'll go through your spread together. But let's start by looking at the astrological energies or invitations that are playing out for you right now. Because as you know, I always like to take a look at someone's birth chart and just get a sense of the astrological weather that they're moving through, because that can give me just a little bit of context in which to interpret the tarot cards, which are more actionable guidance as to how we can move through what we're moving through. So let's look at the astrological invitations that jump out to me when I look at your chart. 2025 for you is poised to be a year of meaningful growth and expansion. Starting in June this year, you have the chance to reset your compass and begin to step forward as an even more authentic version of you, and potentially set out on a path that aligns with your true purpose, or the path that your soul came here to walk. This is because on June 9th, Jupiter, the planet of learning, growth, values, and abundance, makes its way out of Gemini in your 12th house of healing and closure, and it makes its way into Cancer in your first house of self. So from June 9th and for the next year from that point forward, Jupiter will be in your first house, amplifying your intentions and helping you to grow in the ways that you set out to grow. A year of truly meaningful personal progress, like dedicated learning missions or personal development missions or travel excursions or even spiritual quests, can begin in June. More generally, this Jupiter transit casts an energy of luck through your year. Jupiter is the greater benefic planet of blessings, and it's exalted in the sign of Cancer, which means that it functions the most optimally in this sign. And having this energy in your first house of self, the most personal point in the chart, this very optimistic energy is directed to you and your intentions. So you might work with Jupiter this year by just considering what big goals or big, distinctive, or defined experiences that, or even celebrations that you'd like to have this year. You might consider any like getaways or projects or bucket list items, or just simply experiences that you really want to make a point to have this year. You might make a point to like schedule them throughout the year, and in any way that feels right for you. But where attention goes, energy flows, and so you have the chance to focus on really what you want to grow this year and have Jupiter help you a lot with that. Now, the reason that this Jupiter transit and this year generally is extra significant for you is because Jupiter will also activate a point called your North Node in Cancer this year. The North Node is a symbol of your future and karmic destiny. And when Jupiter activates this point in your chart, specifically this happens at the very end of August 25th to September 1st, this, like the energy of fate, activates here. The end of August can bring perspective on your path and perhaps opportunities to jump timelines or leap into the self that you wish to be, the authentic soul aligned you. So the revelations or connections or encounters that occur at the very end of August can lead to blessings that end up becoming a key part of the legacy that you wish to leave here, because the North Node is all about legacy and destiny. So the end of August and start of September this year is definitely a hot spot in the year, and it's an excellent time to intentionally let go of any limiting ideas about who you are and what can be possible for you and what you can create. Jupiter wants to show you, starting in June, how capable of regeneration, creativity, joy, and expansion you can be. There are, at this point, 4 months left until this June 9th year of expansion begins. So you might consider, if you were to set out into these next 4 months, knowing that this summer was to be the start of the best season, the best year of your life, what might you do to prepare? If you like, you might also look back on the last times that Jupiter was in this area of your birth chart. That was June 2012 to June 2013, and before that, June 2000 to June 2001. Looking back on those previous years in your life and just considering what key highlights defined those years, what adventures took place during them, what qualities within yourself were you leaning into in that time, what interests, certain themes or motifs that were playing out in those years could in some way be echoed this year. But ultimately, the invitation of 2025 and into 2026 is to be yourself, to be you, to accept, embrace, be curious about, and prioritize yourself. And you have everything that you need to do this. And in doing that, you can receive Jupiter's bounty. It is truly coming for you this year. So let's get into the cards that I pulled for you, which all have to do with the energy of a certain chakra or area of your life, and offer just a check-in and guidance as to how you can navigate the area of life that card is designated to represent. Starting with a check-in and guidance around the element of earth, or the realm of the body. Now for this, we have the Three of Swords. So feelings are highlighted here in this first card of the spread. The feelings that might be present in the body at this time are worthy of acknowledging here. And doing so without judgment, can liberate a new, revitalizing chapter for health and self-care and the body. The Three of Swords, in essence, highlights the unity of the mind and the body, because swords is all about the mind, and the heart here is a symbol of the body or the heart. So you might just check in with this unity or this harmony at this time, and just notice any way that a certain thought might be pulling you away from the present moment, or pulling you away from yourself and what you know to be true, your inner wisdom and inner guidance. This can be a powerful time to devote to just being really good to you, your human, your temple, and make a point to just reclaim your energy, call back your energy from anyone or anything outside of you. The more slowly and mindfully that you can move when it comes to self-care and body love, the more constructive this time can be, the more that you can be led to liberating new discoveries and solutions at this time. Now, the next card that we have in your spread is a check-in and guidance around the element of air, or the realm of the mind. And for this, we have the Knight of Swords. So conscious, rapid creation and forward momentum is being generated here in the realm of the mind, or that's what's being highlighted by the Knight of Swords. This card brings a swift, action-oriented energy, like sheer mental power here. And when this knight, this energy, mental power, is channeled with intention, this knight can be highly effective. So you might take this moment to just consider what mental boundaries are really supporting your focus and really helping you to channel your mental energy in the most potent of ways. So where the Three of Swords requests stillness and mindfulness, the Knight of Swords moves really quickly, and it requests grounding in a plan and a big picture vision. So you have the opportunity here to get your heart of hearts and your mind on the same page, and from that place, revisit your plans for the year. This very motivated and powerful knight assures you that you can absolutely create whatever it is you put your mind to this year. And when you can harness your focus on the most truly fulfilling goals and intentions, the ones that come from your heart of hearts, your returns can be so high quality and there can be no energy squandered in the process. So really checking in with those mental boundaries that help you to stay focused on what is truly meaningful to you at this time. So the next card that we have in your spread is a check-in and guidance around the element of fire, or the realm of the spirit, the soul. For this we have the Chariot. So at this time, your passion and soul can continue to be carried forward and channeled into long lasting manifestations and like beautiful sustainable momentum here. The Chariot is a symbol of progress, will, and an ability to overcome obstacles. And this card invites you to acknowledge what mobilizes your dreams at this time. What boundaries, systems, and structures? Just considering what boundaries, systems, and structures, or vehicles, if you like, afford your progress on a daily, weekly, and monthly level. And even what might you do to really fortify those systems and structures so that you feel super secure in how you're moving forward. Like where the Knight is this scrappy, creative, resourceful energy, the Chariot suggests grounding, longevity, and sustainability. So what boundaries might you need to really ensure that your fire energy, your passion, your soul stays vibrant and on rather than fizzles out in any sort of way? You might also take this moment to consider the journey to this point. The Chariot is all about the journey, right? So what did you learn about the journeys that were most fulfilling or most worth it on your path up to this point, if that makes sense? And what journeys were not? Like what is worth it and what was not worth it, looking back on the past here. And also considering what diversions or reroutes led to something magical. Like what can your previous journeys or missions tell you about what you really want to set your sights on this year and how you can absolutely make that happen in the most precise and effortless of ways. The next card that we have in your spread is a check-in and guidance around the element of water, or the realm of the heart. For this we have the Six of Pentacles. So energy exchange is highlighted here at the heart. This can be a time to just notice energy exchange. Notice what you're giving of your love, your care, and compassion, and also notice what you are receiving by way of love, care, and compassion from outside of you, from external sources. The Six of Pentacles ultimately asks us to check in with that energy exchange in our life and how we're feeling about it at this time, and check in with our true values and our alignment with them. Our awareness of our true up-to-date values and desires is, of course, the first step to being able to open up to or ask for or receive what it is we want. So just checking in with, what do you love to give and what do you wish to receive at this time? Consider relationships, consider all areas of your life. Take a big picture look, if you like, at the energy exchange in your life, and perhaps most importantly, value yourself. You are so worthy of your desires and your values and more. Lastly, this card reminds us that we can shift and change this flow of give and take according to our values. And one small tweak can make a world of difference in setting off a new flow and momentum. Like there's a little bit of strategy that's highlighted in this card. It just reminds us that we can change. And it can be one small thing that can make a world of difference. So the last card that we have in your spread is a check-in and guidance around your relationship to your higher self. And for this we have the Three of Cups. So your higher self brings a reminder here that having a good time in itself is a key part of what you came here to do. You have 5 senses and an imagination and a capacity for joy, for a reason. These states, being connected to our senses, being in our imaginal realms and feeling joy, those states are magical, and they can bring us so much that like work and toil cannot. The Three of Cups suggests good times. It suggests celebration, sisterhood, friendship, and the energy of abundance, or the energy of the fruits of our labor. This card asks you to invite in those energies and reminds you that when you're with those people who allow you to be fully present, those people that, you know, remind you what life is all about at the end of the day, and when you can tap into the energy of joy and, you know, creativity, that is when magic can really find you, or that's when your magnetism can activate and some really beautiful manifestations can unfold. This is worthy of prioritizing at this time. So considering, you know, what good times or enjoyable moments, you know, small or big, whatever works, do you wish to prioritize at this time? Your higher self reminds you to keep it simple in your thinking here, based on the Three of Cups, and successful forward momentum at this time doesn't need to include draining your energy or like crunching your brain or figuring out anything super complicated, if that makes sense. This card asks you to keep it simple, and it brings a reminder that you're not alone. Even in those times where the mind might, you know, try to make us feel alone, that's not the truth. There are people around you who know your good spirit and good heart and want you to succeed, and may even have solutions or ideas that you may not have thought of on your own. So practice reminding yourself of that every day, and giving yourself permission to want exactly what it is you want, and ask for it and receive it and feel how good it feels to receive that. Doing that allows you to become a little bit more radiant each day and each step that you take. You have a truly beautiful path ahead of you and a beautiful year, and I'm excited for you. Diane, I hope that this was helpful. I have the written version of this, a bit of a deeper dive with journal prompts and everything, and of course the key dates with the astrology at the top of the reading as well. So if you have any questions at all about any of this, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'm sending you so much love for a beautiful year and beyond.